their time, contribute to the cleaning and maintenance. We don't have a paid janitor, so to speak. Our clients and volunteers do that for us. We also have community members, although since COVID, most of our community members have had to take a break. Many of them, of course, are older and have co-occurring health issues. We offer a breakfast and lunch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday in collaboration with the Waffle Project. We have currently waffle sandwiches. Pre-COVID, we had full-on waffle breakfast on Thursdays from 10 to 12. We have free laundry services, hot showers, internet and computers are available for clients to use. We allow, it says local phone calls, but it's any phone calls anywhere. And they can get calls, we're a message center for them, and they can also make phone calls. They can receive mail at our address. We have a clothing closet. We have various support groups. However, all of those have been suspended due to COVID-19. We also offer identification replacement. We do require volunteer time, and that's because of, unfortunately, at one point I had 5 people's state identification cards sitting in my desk that they'd never come in to claim, and that was a big chunk of money that I could never get back. I had to return those to the state, and the state, of course, they don't care. So we now require volunteer time, and I have exactly 1 in my desk from somebody who moved out of the area and does not need an Oregon ID where she's currently living. It's for anybody that's low income or homeless and who's not eligible for other assistance. Sometimes there's other programs that can help them get ID, so of course we want them to try that avenue first, but it's not a barrier. And volunteer time is, we don't want that to be a barrier. If somebody can't volunteer, then we work with them. Transportation assistance. CCAT has resumed charging fares for transportation, and we offer bus tickets for a various amount of reasons. We're pretty generous with those, and we single-handedly keep CCAT in business. No, I'm kidding. We also have housing support. We help people locate appropriate housing. Many, many, many of our clients struggle with paperwork. I helped someone fill out an application for Section 8. No joke. Me, I'm skilled. I'm like the queen of filling out applications. It was kind of challenging. What do they mean by this? I had never filled out a Section 8 application before, so I helped fill in all their blanks and get them on the right track. They also had low vision issues, so they were not physically capable of filling out the paperwork, not to mention the fact that some of the questions were difficult to understand. And then perhaps most importantly, we help people remain in the housing that we help them get. We had a grant given to us 3 years ago by Meyer Memorial Trust for $150,000 over the course of 3 years. During those 3 years, we've helped more than 30 people get into housing, and we may hold the record in the state. We still have 21 of those people in housing. That is huge in the housing world. Thank you, Melissa.
It's impressive.
We have a boarding house style facility called People's Place. We offer low-cost housing. It's a single room. Some of them are occupied by couples. We have a large gathering area. It's in North Bend. It's near the bus stop, so it's a convenient location. It's a stepping stone to independent housing, although some people will probably never leave there. It's available to rent challenged individuals, people who have had previous evictions, or someone who's a convicted felon and doesn't qualify for HUD for whatever reason, things like that. And it has 11 boarding house style rooms, and we include everything but food. We don't charge them for laundry. Whoops. Oh, shoot, what did I do?
I don't know. It's kind of neat.
We don't charge them for laundry. We provide them with toiletries if they need it. So it's all inclusive. Our future. This is kind of one of the most important things that I hope you all take away today. We're in the process of getting an adult mental health foster care home. It will have 5 beds. The building is in the process of being donated to us. I haven't received permission to share where that's coming from yet, But it's super exciting. 5 people who need mental health support will either be off the streets or they don't have to be homeless to qualify. They just have to need the support. My connections with Coos Health and Wellness, they are super excited about this possibility. And then master lease agreements this idea came to me. My son was in college. He worked with a company that rented a bunch of apartments all throughout Sacramento, and then they fed into those apartments students. So the kid was responsible to this organization, not the actual landlord. So if we can get master lease agreements throughout the city, the county, then we can put people in there that may have rental history issues, but the landlord can feel comfortable knowing that we're the ones who are ultimately responsible for any damages, them not paying their rent, things like that. We want to continue offering quality services. We want to be open for longer hours, more days of the week, and we're in the process, the very early stages, of working with the city of Coos Bay to offer a community campground. It's going to be modeled after one that's being highly successful in Medford. Rogue Retreat runs that one. They call it an urban campground. That name didn't really seem to work for us. But it would allow initially 12 campers to be in tents on a site with 24-hour security and required connections with a case manager. So stay tuned for more details on that. And then we want to increase our community collaboration. We coordinate really well with Coos Bay PD. We want to expand that out and work better with the other law enforcement agencies. We also work really well with probation and parole. If I have a client that has an issue, we want them to deal with it and get it addressed. And so probation and parole knows they can call me and say, hey, have you seen so-and-so? And so-and-so knows I'm going to rat them out. We also communicate well with Coos Health and Wellness, Advanced Health. We're strengthening our relationship with DHS, and we work well with Bay Area First Step and ADAPT. But that's only a tiny drop in the community bucket, and we want to make sure that people can call us and find out, hey, we're looking for so-and-so. Can you help us connect with them? Or someone has an appointment, and we think that you have a relationship with them. Can you make sure they get to that? Homelessness. At the Devereaux Center, we have an extensive database. We track every person that comes in our door. We ask them questions. Sometimes they're nosy questions, but we feel that the information we can get from them is really important. 28% of our clients have some level of income, whether that's from a part-time job, SSI, disability. I have clients that have full-time work, but they can't make ends meet still. 17% sleep in a vehicle. 7.4% have a job. 38% are females. Can you imagine being a woman, sleeping outdoors, and being concerned about what could happen to you at night? I've had both of my knees replaced. There's no way that I can protect myself if I'm sleeping outdoors, somewhere trying to fend off somebody that might want what I have. And then 40% are over the age of 50. I have had clients who are 70 years old walk into the center and they're not able to get into housing. I can only imagine. My mom is 74. She has Parkinson's. What if something tragic happened and she was homeless? I mean, that's what is going on in our county right now. Fortunately, not a lot, but this picture isn't 18-year-olds who want to walk around and, enjoy the country. These are people who something has happened to cause them to be homeless. 4% are under the age of 18. That number is low because we don't always collect the information from clients that are underage. Did you get it, Melissa?
Yeah, I did. Thanks.
Mental illness. 12% of the clients that walk in the door say, yes, I have a mental health issue. We believe that's 90%. We make referrals for counseling. Before COVID, we had counselors that came in on a weekly basis and touched base with clients, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes an hour. We promote advocacy. We support making and keeping and attending medical appointments. Sometimes we go with our clients. And then assistance with other social services. Many of our clients have experienced some form of trauma. 5% or more of our clients were in the foster care system. That's a fairly new number that we started collecting data on. So we actually believe it's significantly greater than that. 25% of our clients admit to being victims of abuse. However, some of them, I know they're lying to me when they say they aren't victims of abuse. You can see it. You can see that they are lying, but I still record their answer the way they give it to me. Most of our clients are slow to trust anyone because of past trauma. Veterans, 13% of our clients are veterans. Again, another tragic situation. They served our country and somehow the system is failing them. We support them with advocacy, PTSD support, food, clothing, and perhaps most importantly, we work to restore their self-esteem. They've given so much of their lives, we want to make sure that they see that they're honored. Our point in time count from 2019, we don't have our 2020 numbers yet. Thank you, Department of Housing and Urban Development. 63% have lived in Coos County longer than 1 year. Most of the people who are homeless are our own residents. 42% of those have lived in Coos County longer than 10 years. Almost half of all the people who are homeless have lived in, or of that 63%, have lived here longer than 10 years. 53% living in Coos County less than 1 year came here because they had family connections. 61% of those living in Coos County for less than a year drove to the area. This is kind of addressing the fact that people are not shipped here from Portland and Eugene. I've met 3 people that came here on a bus and said, I came here on a bus. 2 of them, their family members bought the ticket. 1 of them was supposed to be going to Florence from California and decided to get off in Coos Bay. 14% living in the area came via bus, and we didn't know who purchased the ticket. So we need volunteers. Supplies, backpacks, tents, tarps, small waist-sized jeans. Most of our guys are skinny. Most of Coos County apparently is not, because our donations that come in are significantly larger than our clients. Monthly financial support, just a quick picture, $5 provides a week of showers for 1 person. $2 provides a meal for 1 person. So those are small numbers. We work with the food bank, and we keep our costs as low as we can. In-kind donations, and we need a low barrier shelter. We would accept donations of land, as long as we can work out zoning details. But it's, our needs are extensive, but we know that we have a community that believes in what we're doing and supports us. So that's the end. Thank you. Unless anybody has questions. Yes, sir?
Are you still on Virginia Avenue?
We're on Newmark and have been for many, many years.
Oh, okay.
At the Y in Empire.
At the Y in Empire. Okay,
Uh-huh.
sorry. You have like a business, I know somebody who might theoretically.
Yeah, I can bring up a business card to you and a brochure.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tara. I saw Commissioner Main writing down numbers, and I know I was taking a picture of some of the numbers. Would you be willing to email us your presentation?
Yes,
Thanks.
certainly.
That keeps us from getting them wrong.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Commissioner Main, did you want to say something? You look like you were getting ready to say something.
Curious. Tara,
Yes.
I was curious, I should ask this when you were up here. Like you said, 42% lived in Coos County 10 years or longer. How many people does that represent?
Well, in 2019, I believe the point in time count showed around 700 people that were homeless.
Okay.
So 63% of those, of that 700, had lived in Coos County for more than a year. And out of that 63%, 42% had lived here longer than 10 years. So,
About a quarter of the whole.
yeah. Sorry, math in my head. Megan.
So I was most interested in the kids under 18.
So you have roughly 30 kids that are homeless out of
Um,
4%?
About 30 kids that come to the center
Uh-huh,
on any given month.
okay.
However, in Coos County, that number is significantly larger. There are many, many kids that couch surf, or they're staying with someone that does not have
Mhm.
guardianship of them, but, you know, it's kind of under the table. Mom and dad are still responsible for them, but for whatever reason, the child's not living with them. And those numbers are actually quite staggering.
Okay. Now, how many would you,
The point-in-time
Yes.
count, which goes off of school data, I think shows 300 to 500
Whoa.
students that meet that criteria, which, again, it's pretty staggering. I think those numbers might also include people who are living like in an RV in a park, not in a house.
oh,
Because the state does not view an RV as a appropriate place for a child to live.
okay.
That, it gets a little funky when you start dealing with the state and McKinney-Vento and kids and homelessness.
And how they tabulate?
Yeah, they have a definition of homelessness
Okay.
that,
That,
But-
that varies from what adults' definition of homeless is,
yeah.
Okay.
so.
But I did just look up the number, Tara, and yeah, it was 576 last time,
Wow.
so,
so-
in
and
Coos County.
we're still waiting on the final numbers for this year.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Tara? Thanks so much for coming, Tara. We really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Thank you for having me.
Our next agenda item is an emergency management performance grant from the sheriff's office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is
Morning.
the matching grant for emergency management for $79,936 from Oregon Emergency Management. Matches general fund, requesting the board accept that grant,
Okay,
20-506, in the amount of $79,936.
Okay, do we have a
Ma-
motion?
Madam Chair, move to approve grant 20-506 in the amount of $79,936 from the Oregon Emergency Management Group and authorize chair to sign.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
This
All,
requires a match.
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, it's part of our
Mhm.
our budgeting process.
All right.
Right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Sheriff. Your next one is transfer of
I know it's
appropriations.
election day, but don't turn down money.
We never do.
I didn't think so, but I just, you never know. This is a request for transfer appropriations to cover the auto and property insurance not budgeted for. The Sheriff's Office received an invoice from CIS Insurance for the MRAP auto coverage and the radio communication system equipment in the amount of $1,475.69. We are also anticipating delivery of more radio equipment to be insured this year. The Sheriff's Office did not budget for this expense and is requesting transfer of appropriations to cover this invoice and future invoice totaling $5,000.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's coming from operating contingency.
Yep.
And since Megan wrote the resolution, it looks like she's okay with it. Yeah, okay. So do we have a
I move
motion?
Approval of resolution 2010216B.
All right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? It would have definitely been premature to budget that into your budget, so we
Mhm.
can completely understand why it wouldn't have been in
Yeah,
there.
it would be premature to say, well, we're hoping to win the vote, so we'll budget for it now, and
Exactly.
then, yes. I
All right.
agree.
Thank you, Sheriff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Acceptance of quote from Everbridge notification system.
All right.
Sheriff?
This is request to accept, acceptance of quote from Everbridge Notification System. It's the renewal of the Everbridge Public Notification System in the amount of $16,068, and it comes out of Supply Emergency Management. Special note that Captain Fabrizio found out from a meeting here recently, the state currently has passed a resolution to fund Everbridge for each county, and it's allocated approximately $1 million, and that will be working or either paying for it up front or reimbursement to the county. We don't know yet. They haven't worked those details out. So that's kind of exciting because it will hopefully save the county a little bit of money, and I think the Everbridge system's a great program.
I agree.
And if you don't know about it, find out about it. You
Yeah.
can sign up and get notifications, and it's been very helpful in recent events.
Agreed.
Okay.
Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, move to approve renewal of Everbridge public notification system for the amount of $16,068 and authorize the chair to sign.
Second.
Discussion? Sheriff, I know you guys are really busy, but hopefully sometime in the next few months too, we could do another public push to get people signed up for it.
I have no problem making that promise, and Captain Fabrizio would be glad to carry that out.
I like your attitude. All right.
Also willing to cooperate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
All, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Madam
Motion
Chair,
carries.
move
Thank
to
you.
approve the consent calendar.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Planning, request approval of order initiating vacation VAC 20-002. I thought you had your hand up there for a second, Captain. I was going to tell you it's too late to object to it. That was, that was just a minute ago. Jill?
So this is a vacation petition that we received, and it's to initiate a vacation of a portion of Fedora Lane. This is actually just a spur that comes off that was created through a partition.
Yeah.
And then their access points actually were developed in a different area. And they have easements, so this will not eliminate any kind of access.
Okay. So you need a motion to approve order 20-08-046 PL?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I move we approve and sign order 20-08-046 PL, initiating vacation of Fedora Lane.
I second.
All right, discussion?
That's actually not vacating Cadora Lane, it's actually a little unnamed spur off of
It is.
Cadora Lane.
It is, it's just addressed off of Fedora Lane.
Yeah, right.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The next one is order initiating vacation, application VAC 20-004.
Okay, so this dates back to the realignment of Jordan Cove Road, and the portion that was realigned wasn't actually vacated originally. So this petition will vacate that portion, and there's been substantial work done by council's office and road department on this. This is just initiating the process. Again, it will not eliminate anybody's access.
All right, do we have a motion?
I move we approve and sign order 20-08-047 PL, initiating vacation of Jordan Cove Road.
All right,
I second.
discussion?
I want to thank everyone involved for the work that's gone into this. I think this has been hanging out there for
A long time.
years.
Mhm.
There's still plenty of work to do on that whole area. I think this is maybe like just one
Step one.
little tiny part of it.
Well, at least we've taken the step, so thank you. for
But
that.
yeah, we've been looking at it. There's a lot more, I think.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Jill has a late agenda item. Can we add that? Can
I move approval of a late agenda item.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And it's adoption of another vacation petition request.
Yeah, I'm not sure, this one kind of got, lost in the shuffle, but, it's a vacation request for. So Gerald and Catherine Robbins, they want to vacate an unnamed alleyway that separates their ownership. It's located within lots 15 through 18 and 19 through 22 at Block 6 of the Smith First Edition Abandon. The alleyway only splits their ownership. It doesn't split, it won't take any access or anything. It's just an alleyway. And nobody has any utilities in the alleyway. So we initiated this already. This is just the adoption. Because it was 100% sign off, there's no public hearing requirement.
Is there an order number?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Apologize. Here you go, John. It's a,
It is number 20-10-062 PL in the matter of vacating a portion of alleyway located in Block 6 between lots 15 through 18 and 19 through 22 of the Smith First Edition band in Coos County.
I move we approve vacation order number 20-10-062 PL.
okay.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Nay?
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Our next,
Is that the original for signing?
oh, it might be.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Pass on. Good thing I didn't take notes on the back of it. Resolution 20-10-0, sorry, 20-10-217L, lease purchase agreement for equipment. Craig?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is just a follow-up on a contract that we have for the rent, our lease agreement with the Peterson Cat. Nat made sure that we had all the stuff right, and this is, they want us to have the roadmaster to be approved, to be an authorized signer for the appropriate documents on the lease of the excavator and trailer and the attachments. They wanted that, a resolution stating that, so they could have that for their contract.
It's in the resolution.
Okay.
I move we approve resolution 20-10-217L.
Second.
All right. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Craig. Next one is request to start a new hire above step 2. Mike Rowley, Coos Health and Wellness.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
We have a great candidate for our sanitarian position. We had someone retire recently, and this person has 2 years of county sanitarian experience plus 10 years of health and safety field experience focused on food and safety, and also holds 2 bachelor's degrees in environmental health and health management. And due to her education and experience, we are requesting to start her at step 3.
All right.
I move we approve hiring Carrie Cushman at step 3.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The next one is Caroline's. Approval of Resolution 20-10-218P. Hi, Caroline.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the agenda cover sheet pretty much speaks for itself. Ordinarily, this would have been on the consent calendar, but I did not receive it in time. And because of that, I had to put it on as a late agenda item. Just request the board approve Resolution 2010-218P, allowing a merit step increase for a county employee.
Okay.
I move approval of resolution 20-10-218P.
Yes, sir.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Doris Sitcom Rural Fire Protection Vehicle Garage Project, contract amendment with HGE.
All right,
Carol.
Doris Sitcom, as you know, is nearing the final stages. During a site visit out there, while it was raining, it was discovered that the guttering system was not adequate enough to allow all the runoff to go into the storage tank. So they would like to upgrade the gutters from 4-inch to 6-inch. And at some point, there was an upgrade to change the cladding on the outside of the building. And because of that upgrade, the flashing will now need to be installed behind the exterior light fixtures to prevent rain penetration. So we're requesting a change order number 8 in the total amount of $4,950 for Win Elder Construction. All funds will come out of the Community Development Block Grant.
At least they're catching those things now.
Okay, Madam Chair, request approval of change order number 8 in the amount of $4,950 for upgrades specified above, and approve extended construction end date from December 5th, 2020 to January 5th, 2021, and authorize chair to sign.
Second.
All right, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter of support for a RAC application. Commissioner Main?
Yes, my appointment runs out in September of '21. This would extend it beyond that date for 3 years.
I am more than thrilled to sign this letter of support.
Really?
Absolutely.
I move to approve the letter of support to BLM regarding Commissioner Main's RAC application.
I wholeheartedly second the motion.
As you can tell, it's not a fun job.
And
He's-
thank Bob.
He's doing a great job. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion
letter.
carries.
Oh, here it is.
It's attached.
Kind of a long one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 2 sentences,
I feel like you should send it to us and
1 sentence.
allow us to be a little more effusive
Yeah, right.
about how much we're enjoying your
You
service.
can embellish if you like.
All right. Okay, Commissioner comments. Commissioner Sweet, do you want to go first so you can
Sure.
make the
Start here.
announcement about our Halloween?
Since the last, last meeting, visited Powers Park where, Park Department has, paved the road in. There's still a little parking, little work to be done in the parking lot. That's scheduled for another year. And, putting some new roofing on several of the buildings. And, it's part of Parks' overall plan to upgrade all of our parks. They're doing a very, very good job of that. And Craig, thank you. You've been very instrumental in that. So, and you've been fun to work with. I've enjoyed my association with the park and with you. Bassendorf, the same thing. They significantly upgraded the appearance of the park. Let's see, what else is here? We do, we talked about, we had a meeting, talking about how we're gonna rejuggle offices, within and without the, outside of the courthouse in order to accommodate the, moving the court from the annex in North Bend, to the courthouse here. So that courthouse, that courtroom, when all the juggling is done, will be in the area now occupied by the commissioners, by the counsel's office, and our HR and safety office. And it'll take quite a bit of shuffling. Won't bother with the details of that, but in the end, we'll have planning shifting to the water district, or the water, really, water.
The old
office.
Crest Acres, yeah.
And then council and commissioners will be in what is now planning. What else have we got? Oh, yeah, and veterans is going to go to Pony Village, so it'll be more centrally located to the biggest population of our veterans. And safety and HR will go into what is now the Veterans Office. It will take us through April of 2023 to accomplish all these moves.
It's gonna be fast, it's gonna have to be faster than that.
We have to be out by next week.
No, it's next
Yeah.
year.
Next year.
So if you see the commissioners packing up, that's why we're packing up, not because of any other reason. Just we're going to have to move some offices around. Phil?
Approximately how much is this gonna cost? Do you need some kind of figure or what?
I don't think we have a number yet. We've gone out or we're getting ready to go out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so we've put out a request for proposals for an architect. The architect will be primarily focusing on the remodel at the courthouse and not the moving the offices, because that won't require It'll just require putting up a few walls or something like that.
The maintenance department will do most of that in-house.
So we have an estimate from 2018 that would put the remodel for architectural service fees and contractor fees somewhere in the $400,000 range. But ultimately, until we go out for bid and get our responses, we can't say exactly what the price is going to be.
Yeah.
What we do know is that
Grant?
it will greatly improve courthouse security, or, court systems security. It will also eliminate a cost that's running $50,000 plus or minus a year to house the court room in the old North Bend Annex.
That's if nothing goes wrong.
And that's
Those
if
are,
nothing goes wrong. Now, the heating system has already failed. And so that's a very, if we were to remain there permanently, we'd have to go through a very, very expensive upgrade or repair to do that. And then there's an elevator over there that kind of runs when it wants to. And that would have to be replaced ultimately, and that would be horribly expensive. So, although we don't have all the bids in for all the work that will be done, there's plenty of incentive to do this, and we feel comfortable and it'll pay whatever our cost would be back in short order to make this move.
And I should add too that we've had a commitment from state courts to contribute $125,000 for the project, so that would reduce our costs. So if it is $400,000, for example, then it would be $275,000 from us.
Mhm. And state courts from North Bend will be moving over to the middle of this month to where the old law library used to be. It's all remodeled by our in-house maintenance folks. Looks really nice.
they'll be there as of the 20th.
What did you say the veterans were lower?
They'll be next to Sobo in Pony Village upstairs.
Yeah.
So it'll be really nice to have veterans and Sobo just right next to each other.
And with the VA Healthcare Center right across
Mhm. And the
the
VA
parking
Health
lot.
Center is right behind Pony Village there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a thank you out to our maintenance department. They've done a marvelous job of converting the old
Mhm.
law library into a usable office and conference room space. You should see what they've done there. And they're continuing to do that work. They're doing the same, they're doing the Pony Village revision, and it's saving
For
us
maintenance
a lot
and
of
for, yeah,
money.
better.
Mhm. They'll also be doing the remodel, so to speak, for move planning over here to where the water master used to be, and for us to move over and county council to move over here.
Yeah.
So that the current courts would move out of the law library basement into where the commissioners are, presently in the courthouse.
And if you know anybody who wants to buy an annex building with a plaque in front of it, of course, that says birthplace of Commissioner Bob Maine, I mean, that's going to be part of the deal.
And Representative
And
Kathy
Representative
McEwen.
Kathy McEwen,
Great
then,
historical value.
yes,
Mhm.
then,
At
of
least the
course.
plaque would be.
Oh,
Steve-
and Steve, my goodness
Steve, do you want to buy
gracious.
the annex?
No.
He wants his name on the
Oh, he
plaque.
wants his name on the plaque.
Well, the cost of plaques is adding up here, Steve, don't count on it. Bob already paid for his own.
Yeah. It has to be in bronze.
So it is exciting. It's something that we've wanted to do for a while, and it's all coming together, and it will be much nicer to have all of the facilities right here in one place. Go ahead,
The
John.
other thing
Sorry.
that I think is fairly important to us is that the state DEQ has taken over responsibility for, what's the word, kind of renovating a piece of property that the county took for taxes. It was a former landfill site along Shingle House Slough. If those of you are familiar with the area, it's at the end of the road past the junkyard there. And it had been used as a landfill. The owners of the landfill quit paying taxes. The county took it back. It's an involuntary acquisition of it. has a large fund that they put together but never used for rehabbing these types of properties. And so they have, they've taken over responsibility for that. Their plan is to haul in, how many cubic yards?
33?
3,000 cubic yards of dirt to cover that and add, make sure there's at least 3 feet of new fill over any garbage that was put in there. Or right now, a lot of the garbage is showing through the ground, through the soil. The biggest part of it we expect to come from the land itself. There's a hill there that we can dig down and use to fill that. But when I say we, it will be done by the state, no cost to us. We'll be left over with a 54-acre parcel of land that could possibly be a site for some industrial or commercial development. That's all I have.
Aren't you going to talk about Halloween?
Oh, I was going to do that later. Do you want me to do it now?
Well, we're at the end.
You haven't talked, and Bob
Do you
hasn't
see
talked.
your reminder back there? In the back of the room.
They want to know when they're going to.
Oh, there it is. Oh, good Lord. All right. Here we go.
I'm like, how can you be done?
We had, each year, we have a Halloween contest, and any department that wants to participate decorates their office. And what's really nice about this, we couldn't do it this year because of the COVID, the departments have done such a great job that it's become a community attraction. And so oftentimes the departments will stay after working hours, and children from the community come in and tour these the offices. Almost everyone jumps right in and does a marvelous job.
HR didn't do it this year, neither did legal counsel, just for the record. Sorry, Caroline, I saw you shrinking a little bit back there.
So, we had 2 awards for best newcomer. One is a new IT employee, and the other was our new health and wellness, or public health director. Melissa, do you want to describe the costumes? You do a better job of that than I.
Sure, Jason was dressed as Captain Obvious. He's the IT guy, and it was a great costume. And then Anthony, our public health director, he was dressed as Forrest Gump at the end of his run, with the big long beard and the running shorts and all that. And I told the guys this morning I meant to do a slideshow, but we'll do it the next time because I always take the pictures on my phone. But we'll do a slideshow at our next meeting.
And the next award went
But we'd have a revolt if we didn't announce the awards this morning, right, John?
Yeah, I'm sure we would have. The next award goes to the treasurer's office for the scariest group. Now, this is not necessarily just a Halloween award. Any day of the year, they could win that.
They were dressed as an 80s fitness workout group. They all had on neon, and one of them was dressed as Richard Simmons. So,
And then the assessors department and the survey department teamed up to decorate one entire hallway of the upstairs of the courthouse. And so they got the award for the best tunnel of horrors. And then maintenance in the basement of the courthouse put together a very scary, no children were allowed type Halloween part. And so their award is for the most ghoulish. And they did a fantastic job of being ghoulish. Sheriff had lots of ideas, but we got most improved for your office. It might have ranked higher, but the smoke was so thick in there we couldn't really see what all you had done. And the district attorney's office was
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, and very well done. The most creative. Everyone had really fun costumes, and it was so well done.
They even figured out a way to include Paul Frazier. So
That was difficult. And then something comes up like this, they jump right in. They do a particularly good job at Halloween, but if we have a Christmas dinner here or things that we commonly have in normal years for our staff, we can count on them to decorate, and they've been very supportive of all aspects of the county. So, Jill, thank you, and congratulations again.
And they are much better decorators than your commissioners are. So, good job, you guys.
That's it.
Prizes to
Thank
come.
you all.
So, and a slideshow in 2 weeks, which we're very excited about. Yeah, we'll put them up on the intranet. Yeah. So everybody can see them. Bless you. Bob, did you have any quick commissioner comments? Because
Well,
Craig's already leaving.
just one, my appointment to the RAC being extended by my other two fellow commissioners. You have to realize that
You're
I
welcome.
endured last Monday and last Friday from 9 to 3:30 orientation, which I've been on for many years, but we had to be orientated for 2 days. Then we will receive here this next week 150 to 125 applications in binders that we all have to read thoroughly. And then in December, we'll have to make a choice of which ones get funded to the tune of about a little less than $3 million. So that's
you
why
for
they
your
were
service,
so
Bob.
energetic about me doing this rather than them.
We appreciate the work you do.
Yeah.
Now,
commitment.
I should note that Bob does not endure very well. So the rest of us
Generally not.
And-
suffer through the
And
endurance-
not very
endurance or
quietly
whatever
either.
it is.
I do have to say, though, that the Powers paving looked really nice, and they will finish up this next year, and that really improved the Powers Park. They had a number of potholes. They took out the toll booth thing. It really made it look much nicer.
More to
Nice.
come.
Yep.
Yeah. And my last 2 weeks has been spent primarily on the Elliott State Forest as they try to get the proposal in shape to go in front of the State Land Board at the first meeting in December, which is December 8th. It's been an interesting process, and yeah, there's been multiple meetings every week as they try to pull it together and get it in a position to send to the State Land Board. The proposal is still to have Oregon State University take over management of the forest. And it will be interesting. Still haven't figured out where the $120 million is coming from. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you guys want to sign here? I just turned off the. Thank you, ma'am.
Did I? Oh, I did. I forget.
I love your shirt.